road, reaching the mansion, they noticed that a murder of crows had descended upon the mansion, flying into a storm that was brewing just off the coastline. And that is where we will pick up today. As the group comes up the road, the storm clouds keep rolling in. It now starts to rain slightly. That light drizzle kissing your skin, wetting your hair. You get up the road, and you now notice there are even more crows are just in the dead trees, staring at the group as they slowly make their way up.
Well, this is not unsettling at all. What do you suppose they're here for? I don't see any meat around.
Unless that's us. I don't like this at all.
Rain, you know crows a little bit more, maybe. Do these seem normal?
I mean, it's unusual for them. I mean, to just be here with nothing else to eat. It would make a little more sense, perhaps, if they were, well, maybe vultures. Unless crows do have a good memory. If they know that this is a place where they can consistently find food.
No, I don't need more details. I think I'm getting kind of the gist of it. Well, can you tell them to, I don't know, shoo away or something?
Crows aren't just mindless little squirrels. They're very smart. You can shush them away, but they're not afraid of us. I mean, what are you going to do? Throw a rock at them?
What does Twilo think when she says, like, they're not mindless little squirrels?
I forgot. I had a little... Twilo's sleeping. We didn't hear a thing, okay?
Just this angry squeaking. Poor Twilo.
You're not the same. You're not the same. I wasn't talking about you. You're not like all other squirrels, okay?
Nixon's gonna pull out her string and make the cat's cradle, and I'll cast Detect Magic.
Yes.
To just see if something's weird about this.
As you begin to make your cat's cradle, and you've done this 100,000 times. It's more or less muscle memory for you. You're going through it, and as you're putting it together, you notice you missed a strand, and that is a very bad omen for you. As you pick it back up and you do it again, you send out that pulse, and cold, and emptiness more than anything else touches you, pushes into your senses. And it's necromancy, of course, but it's not like when you were at the asylum or when you dealt with the undead in that cavern in Sandpoint. This is different. This is stronger. It's an absence of life at best. As you do that, Rain, you start to quickly notice footprints appearing before you in the mud. And it looks as if an invisible force is stepping, but walking up towards the manor. And then it quickly stops at a a pile. If it hadn't stopped, you would have walked past it thinking it was just a very large flower bed. Looking at it now, you realize it's definitely the outline of maybe a house.
I'm going to freeze for a second. Okay. Okay. Everything's creepy. It's all weird. But we can handle this. I'm not dead yet. We're not dead yet. None of us are dead yet.
Stop saying yet.
Yeah. Well, let's just be cautious and make sure we're going to be fine. But look over there. She's going to nod towards first the footprints and kind of point out to them. Those steps weren't always there, and they just stopped at that house, or what looks to be the remnants of the home.
As Malvolo and Collodi look over at the house, Collodi goes, "Oh, good, giant meta house. That's exactly what we need right now. I mean, listen, say what you want, but if you all die and I get left behind in here, do you know how haunted I'm gonna be? That's just not good for me. Like I've got an image to protect."
Thanks. We're not going to die. Remember, that's it. We're gonna say that we're not gonna die.
He leans forward and says, "Yet."
Okay. Well, you know what?
I mean, we're all eventually going to die, but I don't think our time is anytime soon.
Right. Yes. Death is natural. Death is important. But this is not how we're dying. Collodi, you go first.
Hey, what now?
Yeah. Mister, I'm not going to be a ghost. You go walk up there. Follow those footsteps. Since you're our brave, yes, our brave hero. Think of it that way. Our brave hero.
Yeah, I can see a long con when I see one, but I'm also not against the compliments. All right, fine. Here I go. I'm gonna do it. Just watch me. He seems to walk forward, but as he's stepping, you notice that he seems to be like just walking in place for a little bit. His knees are kind of knocking together a little bit as he's kind of trying to walk, and Malvolo kind of shoves him forward as he goes, "I'm going, all right, jeez." Yeah, so Collodi will take up the front very, very slowly. He'll follow the footsteps to the side. You can kind of tell he's like stepping over them, like to avoid disturbing the footprints.
What do you see over there?
What does Collodi see?
As you stand looking at this small plot of land, you would have noticed a few stones still standing. You're not sure if this was what exactly it was. The building that maybe stood here seems to have crumbled and rotted away, and the earth is claiming it. The only thing that still stands that shows that this was a structure made by intelligent hands is a small 4-foot wide stone well in the corner.
Is there anything interesting? Do we need to come in?
Collodi, who is up the front and not Malvolo, he says, it looks like some kind of dilapidated building. There's a well here, some trees, some spooky looking birds, no spooky ghosts yet, at least. Collodi's gonna just take a peek down the well and just sort of lean over.
As Collodi looks down this well, it goes into blackness, and you can hear sloshing of water.
Yeah, okay, it's a well.
Looking down, suddenly, two red eyes peer back up at you, and jumping out into your face, a crow, and it takes to the air with a squawk.
Kalodi will fall backwards. His head will kind of roll back off his shoulders and onto the road. As he does so, he kind of looks at the others and he says, "Yeah, no, I knew that. I meant to do that. Oh my God."
Rain is going to rush up to him. Are you okay? Are you okay? She's gonna kind of pick up his head very gently. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
We shouldn't have had you go up there by yourself.
it's fine. It's fine.
Let me
It's
help
fine. I'm made of that Darkwood stuff now. I'm all good. It's just a little tense, a little creepy, but it's nothing. No bird's gonna bother me. I'm not a scarecrow. I mean, we beat up a bunch of them scarecrows back at the farm. No, I'm made of sterner stuff than them. Here, just watch. He will again very nervously make his way towards the front of the house.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Nexon's gonna kind of walk up and take a closer look at the footsteps.
Mm-hmm. Nexon. So this is the odd thing. The moment you kind of pinged out your sense, those footsteps started to appear. It was almost as if they were. I mean, it's probably just a coincidence, right? Like that's the most logical thing.
I think maybe I wonder if maybe that was meant as some kind of trigger or trap.
To go into that? You think there's a trap in there for us?
I don't know. It just
Okay.
seems odd that, as soon as I tried to detect magic, I just picked up like a lack of anything living.
Okay, here's what's gonna happen. We're going to stay together because that's the most important thing. He wants me alive, and hopefully, well, alive long enough, and we'll probably eventually try to separate us. So it's important that we stay together because that might make sure that all of us live or that we can help each other if something happens. So
Okay.
if we follow footsteps again, we follow them together.
I think maybe perhaps we should instigate a kind of a system, kind of like where two people will stay together all the time, and maybe that way we will avoid being caught alone.
A buddy program. Yes.
Yes. Why don't Rain and Cassandra, you stay together, and Nexon and I will stay close by one another. Kalodi can go where he is needed. Preferably with you, of course.
I like that idea.
Pardon?
Oh, Nexon was just agreeing.
Okay.
Are these footsteps? Are they? Well, Nexon, what do you? I just don't even know. Do you think they're alive? Is this a ghost? Is this some sort of magic spell?
Could we ask Cassandra to cast Detect Undead? Mostly because we're asking, like, for any kind of clues, and our biggest clue is here.
So, two things happen. Cassandra begins to cast Detect Undead, or speak with undead as she normally does. And as she starts to do that, Kalodi kind of gets up further, and the front door of the mansion slowly opens with that awkward creepiness. Just a Cassandra senses spirits A small child is peeking out from a window, she says. One of the windows, as the road forks, you have that main entrance and kind of like a small offside entrance. And she says a face is kind of peeking out from a window over there.
Well, I look up immediately.
Everyone else doesn't notice the face. She seems to be through her magics, she can see the face just peeking out of the window. She says it's like a small child, just every so often picking its head up and ducking back down as if scared.
Okay. We're going to have to go in there. And instead of thinking about this in any other way, let's just focus this as a mission to save this poor child. That's what we're going to do. That's how we're handling this. Right. Save a child. Okay, we can do this.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Claudie, you said there was nothing else in this well or whatnot, right? We can just pass along and make sure nothing's going to come back and get us afterwards.
Yeah, well, it looked like there was just one of them birds in there, but you heard water down the bottom. It seemed pretty dark. I mean, but yeah, it didn't look like anything too special there.
Okay.
And besides, this kind of place, I wouldn't necessarily want to look down a well, if you know what I mean. Like, maybe it's just me, but anything the crows don't eat, I feel like might end up.
I know, you're right, but this is not a time for us to be sloppy or to overlook anything. Nothing gets past us.
Kalodi will back away from the house. So what, you think we should maybe try a little spelunking down this here well? Check out what's at the bottom?
Well, I didn't mean that we have to throw you down the well to find out. Just making sure that there's nothing else down there.
Yeah.
I can have Nyx scurry down and take a look.
Oh, I've always wanted to try this. You got any rope or string?
Yes.
All right. Kalodi is going to twist off his head as he often does, and as he does, he's going to put his head forward in his hand, and he's going to open his mouth so that Nyx can kind of crawl into his mouth.
Okay.
And then as he does so, I'm going to have Nyx sort of be able to look out of Kalodi's eyes like windows and lenses. And he's going to turn the lights on, inside of his head, like a tiny little candle, and they're going to lower him down like a tiny little submarine.
Okay. So Claudie starts to lower his head down, like a little,
Yeah, with Nyx inside, so that so we can see.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Of course.
And I'll use the share senses so I can see out of Nyx's eyes.
Sure. Traveling down the well, it takes some time, maybe 5-10 minutes of you guys just standing here and having the head descend. Next, what you see out of the eyes of Nyx is basically it heads down, and you can now actually hear what sounds like low thunder. Additionally, the rain coming in, you can hear that water down there. At a certain point, basically, I don't know how you guys would explain to each other to stop, as now you're coming to a certain water level, and the head starts to descend into the water.
Kalodi's going to close his mouth to try and create a seal, and he's going to just keep the eyes lit and then kind of keep going down.
Sure. As you're heading down, the last thing Nyx sees is kind of like a small 5x5 hole. and then water. It kind of starts to fill with water, and you're now in water. The darkness it's basically you're in a well, full of water, and it's dark. And then at a certain point, basically, Claudie's body stops. I'm not sure how the two interact with each other, and you could feel that the head has hit solid ground or something.
Kalodi's body sort of just waves.
Has something happened?
I'll snap out and be like, well, it in the water. They're in the water, so
Okay.
maybe we should pull them back up before Nyx drowns.
See on their way up if there's anything like on the side of the well, markings. Maybe just, like, scratchings.
Okay. I mean, there was a hole down there.
Further down?
Yeah.
Kalodi will start pulling the head back up, and just sort of wait for the appropriate time to kind of stop, because the body can't actually hear. It kind of is just kind of interpreting, based on okay, I've hit the bottom. I'll just kind of pull it up. As it gets to the top, Kalodi will sort of and spit out the water from inside his head.
Yeah, Nyx is a bit upset as it's fur, right? They have fur. Is that what it's called?
What's fur?
They have hair. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do have hair, and you can see it's kind of upset, and it crawls onto you, and it picks a warm spot where there's like maybe a little bit more fabric, and it just kind of snuggles, but it's grumpily snuggling. You could tell like Nyx is like wet.
Try and like gently dry it off.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Nyx is like, it's okay because I'm your familiar, but that's rude.
Kalodi will put his head back on and just sort of tap his ears, and get the water out. Yeah, okay, well, there's kind of like this tiny little inlet, like a cave kind of thing, just before you hit the water. So, you kind of swim for a little bit and you get into like a little tunnel type thing. But that's about it. I mean, it might lead underneath that there mansion, but it might also lead out to the ocean. Explain why there's water there,
No. That makes sense. Let's just keep that in mind if we get in the house and we see an exit, and maybe the water, if it's flooded or anything, maybe it's because it leads out to here. This is good to think.
Well, that's true. If that's the case, it might not be a terrible idea to maybe leave a rope here or something. That way we can get back out. Yes,
an escape plan just in case.
Okay. Yes, I can rig it. Just bear with me. I'm gonna make a craft check to try and create an actual structure, like just get some of the debris and the like, and actually fix a harness kind of thing to the top rather than just sort of tying it to a single thing.
Marvolo, as you're grabbing some of the debris off the floor, you lift up a heavy rock that would give your ability to create kind of like a lever for the fish line, and you look underneath it, and there is something staring back at you. It's only partially uncovered, but it's white, and
you hear a woman scream as he drops it on the ground, probably on his foot.
Rain is going to run to him. Are you okay? What happened?
I'm going to point at whatever I'm looking at.
Quick examination. This is probably the top half of maybe a skull or something. You could start to see the little fissure lines coming across where the skull fuses solid. As Marvolo dropped the rock and screamed and Rain runs over, you now look up and there are crows perched all around, just staring oddly at everyone.
Oh, this isn't good.
Yeah,
Get your rock. Let's get going, okay? Grab it and go.
Yep, you don't have to tell me twice. Oh boy. Yep. Malvolo, quick. Like this is the fastest Malvolo's ever made anything in his life. As he does this super quick. I'm not sure which is more frightening, being inside there or out here with them.
I don't know.
Nexon's gonna go ahead and help Malvolo with like tying things off and all of that to speed this up.
Yes. Your combined knowledge is more than enough to create a like little lever system of holding the rope in place, having it like halfway down the well, just enough where you could like reach up and grab it to get out. And as you finally finish it, Nexon, you feel a strange tug on the rope as you're tying it off. At first you think, oh, well, maybe it's the water, catching the rope. But then there's a second harder tug and then a third tug. And then you think you hear a whisper of someone saying, hello?
Nexon will kind of slowly lean over and look down the well and just be like, huh?
And now there's a visual, like the tugs were slight, just like it would have made sense like if it was the water. But now as Marvolo's finishing everything, you can see the rope get pulled hard. Not like it gets yanked in, but it gets pulled. And then that's it. There's no voice, there's no call. You can hear the water down there, but nothing else.
No, you said there was no one down there.
I didn't see anyone down there. I'm gonna a little louder say, lean over and just say, hello. Who are you?
There isn't a sound back. As you kind of lean over, everyone notices now a crow just lands on the edge of a well, kind of across from you, and is just staring at you. It's pecking at the ground a little bit and just stares at you.
Yeah, maybe it's just me, but I think this crow thinks that we should maybe leave its damn well alone. So, yeah, Malvolo, Nexon, how about we get as far away from that hole to hell that we can possibly get, eh?
Well, now I'm worried we've given something away out. Can I pick up like a handful of pebbles and just like drop them in the well to see, like, if I hear them hit something before they hit the water?
Yeah, sure. So you get that natural sound of the pebbles hitting, as you just drop a bunch of pebbles. You can hear them hitting the stone and then clunk, 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 and then splash into the water.
Meanwhile, there's this whole other story. This small child has been starving in the caverns beneath the thing. She sees a rope. She's like, oh my god, finally, freedom! And then she pulls it out down and goes, oh no. Oh, and then suddenly these rocks start raining down.
What is kind of amusing, Nexon, is the crow next to you or across from you picks up a stone and drops it in the well also. And this is the weird part. It's not blinking. None of these crows have seemed to, done that bird blink.
Crows are smart. Crows are smart. Okay, we know this. Can I? I'm gonna try to talk to the crow. I don't know how to speak with animals or anything, but crows are fairly smart.
Sure.
Is there something down there?
You could use your druidic, like just general understanding of nature and animals, and you're kind of trying to make communications with this crow.
Yeah.
And you get a little closer to it, and then it, hops back a little bit. And then you're trying to, like, is there something down there? You're kind of peering at it, trying to understand. And the crow looks at you and you just get this like, oh, there's something wrong. Like there's an intelligence behind the crow that isn't like a bird intelligence, or even like a highly intelligent animal wouldn't. It's not like that. It's there is something in these eyes.
Okay. Okay. All right. Everybody grab hands. Pull the string up. Pull the string up. Everybody grab hands and just come really close. She's gonna grab Nexon and Malvolo's hand and encourage Cassandra, like, okay, we're just gonna keep walking. Those aren't really crows. Those are not really crows. Those are not crows. We're gonna keep walking and pretend that we're doing very normal things and that we haven't caught on that this is all very bad and wrong.
So you think it's super normal that 5 grown adults are holding hands in a circle?
Well, you know what? Sometimes holding hands is appropriate and it should be normalized, okay?
Okay.
You're gonna have to get used to it.
Yeah. No, that's perfectly fine. Okay, well, look, that door there seemed to be okay for the time being. It didn't jump out and bite me or anything. I didn't get a chance to look inside, but and Kalodi will make his way towards the door that he examined earlier on.
As Collodi and the group kind of move forward, the door now is open, and remember, it is raining slightly and it is windy. The door should have been pulled by the wind, but it's just open, sitting there, waiting for you, someone. The house itself is slanted forward and to the side. The stairs up are all rotted away. And again, perched along the house are the crows, and they just stare at you.
Rain is just hesitantly wave at the crows. Everything's normal here.
Oh yeah, Malvolo and Kalodi, they're going inside. Well, Kalodi will go in last to kind of just make sure the crows don't get us, but we'll gesture for the others.
Right. Stay together, everyone.
Nexon's sticking close to Malvolo.
Just like on top of each other, like, oh.
I put like Cassandra on my antlers, like, let's just stay really, really close. Just hold on tight.
Yeah. The door, as you kind of open and you walk in, it's probably in its heyday. This would have been magnificent. The door has these wood carvings of the family crest and logo. A saying, probably the family motto, was on the door at one point, but has been rotten away to the point of unreadability. As you come in, the first thing you notice is the floors creak and crack. Everything seems to be rotted and wet. Even being outside the rain, it is cold in this house. It smells damp. And as you look around the room, Rain, you're now horrified to notice that the dampness is not just coming from the wood, but from the moldering trophies hanging on the walls all around the room. A boar, a bear, a fire pelt Kruger, a stag, even some fowl. And in the center is this massive, it might be a piano, you're not sure. It's just huge and it's oddly shaped and a bit lumpy, but it's covered by a tarp. And
sorry to interrupt, Jared. Is that this room or the room to the north?
It's this room. It's just a massive object in the middle of the room. You're not sure the size or what it could be.
Oh, okay.
Because it's completely covered.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna be sick. Look at all of these poor creatures just for show. Her eyes are gonna glance at the tarp. I know I shouldn't look. I know I shouldn't.
Do you want me to take a look?
Could you?
Nexon will kind of go forward and like peek under the tarp.
Just lifting and peeking your face to face, nose almost to nose of a massive lion's face in a roaring position. Even just lifting the tarp, it now reeks of burning. A weird, like, when you burn fur, it just reeks of burning fur. And then you close the tarp away, and the smell seems to dissipate.
Yeah. It's just another trophy.
Okay. As if this place isn't horrifying enough. Okay, keep it together. There's a small child here that needs our help. There is a small child here that needs our help, and I can do this. I'm focused on the small child. Everything else here is already dead, and we're gonna keep it that way.
Mm-hmm.
And we're focusing on the small child that Cassandra saw. And I can do that. We can be strong. We can focus on the child. And we're going to then, after we save the small child, burn everything down in here.
We also need to find the culprit, the person responsible for the murders. If we burn this place down and they flee, we've just given them a place to, one less place to run away to.
I know, you're right. I can't focus on that part right now because that's has some very intense feelings and emotions.
I understand
around it that I can't quite process. You bookmark that.
We'll bookmark that. We'll put a pin in it. But
Yeah.
well, Cassandra said that she saw the young person upstairs somewhere. So I suppose our first place would be up there. He says, pointing to the long and dark stairwell.
Right. Okay, for the child, everybody, grab your buddy, and we're gonna go upstairs. The stairs don't look great. I will go first. If it holds my weight, then we know it's safe.
Okay, I'll go second, says Kalodi, and if something does happen, it does give way. At least I've got your back there.
Thank you. Okay, just the staircase here. We don't need to go further. I'm going to begin to tentatively, one hoof at a time, climb the stairs. I'm gonna I'll put pressure on it very gently, listening to the creaks and cracks that it's making, holding on to the edge walls. I've got death claws latching into the walls as we're climbing up.
As you start to ascend and climbing the stairs, creaking and cracking under your weight, Marvolo, can you please make a quick perception check?
I can make a perception check. I can't guarantee it'll be quick.
It happens.
Oh no!
This is a bad time to be blind.
So Malvolo, since coming into this house of abject horror, has, as you know, Malvolo wears his mask because he has anxiety about his appearance and his look and the like. But it does not do well when he begins to sweat in very humid temperatures, and the interior of the seeing glass that he uses to see out of is just fogged up completely. And it's on the inside, so he can't even kind of wipe it down, and he can't take it off to kind of clean it. So he kind of looks around very poorly and sees absolutely nothing.
As you look around and it's all fogged up, you're like, okay, that you now hear a door slam across from the lion statue. There was a door right there, and it doesn't slam terribly loud enough to wake the dead, but it shuts just loud enough that you and Nexon can hear it as you are both standing in that corner. And then you could hear flap, 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 and it sounds like tiny footsteps just quickly running away.
I'll look at Malvolio and do you think maybe that was the kid?
No, surely that was just the wind. Yes, just the wind. This kind of old house and structure has lots of holes in the walls and floors and ceilings. I'm sure that's all it was. And of course, with the weight of Rain and myself and Kaludi and yourself, suddenly shifting the floorboards makes the floorboard shudder in along long passageways in the rhythm of footsteps in that direction. Malvolo is failing his own bluff check against himself.
I kind of worry that maybe something's in here with us, and I'd rather get the jump on it than it get the jump on us.
Okay, all right. What do you propose?
Just kind of. Hey, Rain, you might want to hold on.
Oh, she's gonna just latch in further into that wall. Okay, why?
I'm gonna try and talk like just loud enough for her to hear me, but not like yelling. I think something closed and ran away from that door. Maybe the kid's down here.
Okay. Quick choice. Chasing children is very difficult. They're very fast. They're small. The easiest thing is to find their room. Let's find their room. I don't want to be chasing ghosts around this house.
Okay.
We can go back, but it's easier if we go one direction. We move forward. If we find ourselves backtracking, those are traps. They lure us away. I'm not paying. We have our goal. We're gonna stay in mind, even with
all right.
living things. You focus forward. You don't play the games that children are throwing around. You set a new rule with normal. I can't believe I'm saying this. With live children, you set the rules. You don't let the kids create the game. You create the game. So the game is that we're going here, and if they want us, they will follow us there. We don't follow them. So if that is a child, they will learn our game. If it is not, that is a trap.
All right. So continue, and Malvolo and I will have you back.
Thank you. It just literally have eyes in the back of your head if you can. Okay, right. We're moving forward. And you're just gonna see like her put like there's gonna be small marks now in the wall. Before it was like grip. Now there's like clear dentures, like where I'm really stressed out with that thought of some dead child chasing us. Okay.
Heating Rain's eyes on the back of your head, Nexon's gonna kind of just whisper to Nyx, and he's gonna climb up and just sit on the top of her head, facing backwards, with the understanding of like if he sees anything to like tap on her head.
Mm-hmm. As Rain, you come down the stairs, with your hand pressed up against the walls, pressing into the walls, and you come to the bottom of the stairwell, standing next to Kalodi. You kind of lean forward with that final step, and you come off the stairwell, and you feel lighter. Just like there's a weight lifted off your shoulders.
Do I trust this feeling?
Oh yeah, you feel like you just lost some weight, like something is, you just feel better about it. You're You physically feel lighter, right? Like,
Oh, okay.
like if you imagine you've taken off your backpack, you feel lighter.
I was gonna say, I thought for a minute you were saying like she felt like she was emotionally lighter. Like, yo, you feel like you managed to get something off your chest. You feel lighter, you know, like.
Yeah, a weight has been lifted off of you.
Okay, there's less of an effect in this floor, perhaps, maybe just this room. Okay. All right. I'm gonna keep moving on. Is everyone okay back there?
Mavol says, yeah, I'm fine. Kalori says, yeah, me too.
Good.
All right. Stick with your buddy. Just because it feels better up here doesn't mean that we're safer.
Cassandra, are you fine?
Cassandra was doesn't give an answer, as there is no answer from Cassandra.
I approach Rain and Cassandra.
Looking up, looking over Rain, right? Like, so everyone tries to be polite with Rain, looking over, you don't see Cassandra anywhere.
What? So when you meant I felt physically lighter.
Yeah.
Oh no!
I'm just like reaching like this realization. I'm reaching up into my antlers, like, where? Oh, no, where is she? Like, just volume is now out the door. Unfortunately, trying to do this quiet, sneaky game through the house is not happening anymore. Where? She's gonna turn around. Where did she go?
Is there like look around, see if there's something on the ceiling?
Yeah, that's where I'm checking. Is she, or even just up the stairs?
No. Cassandra's never been quiet, right? Like in the typical sense of sneaking around. There isn't any evidence. On the stairs, you do see, the moose prints going up and the moose prints now descending, and no prints on the ceiling or anything like that.
Okay. I had Cassandra. Tell me, she was here. She's been here the whole time with us until now, right? Am I going crazy? We all know who Cassandra is. I have to check all my senses right now. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
No one saw her. No one saw her leave. I had her just a second ago. As soon as I got up there, it just...
Nexon's gonna pull out a string that's attached to a cup and cast message, trying to target Cassandra, and just say, where did you go?
Reaching out and trying to mentally touch Cassandra, you actually you don't get the voice you expected. You get a child's voice, and basically the child says, "It's your turn to hide. I'll seek you."
I think we're playing hide and seek with a small child.
Okay. All right. Apparently the rules are different. The dead children.
But the kid said for us to hide. So
If this means getting Cassandra back, then we're hiding. Unless anybody else has thoughts around this, I am not losing Cassandra.
No, I think we all agree on that. Okay. So, let's breathe. Cassandra has been abducted and absconded by a small child who is likely haunting this place. The child is probably a victim, yeah, because we're not here to find a victim. We were coming here to find something else, meaning that this child might be simply playing a game because it's bored, or maybe it wants to, I don't know, maybe it just wants to be entertained. So let's entertain it. Let's maybe start by exploring around. Maybe we can find something that will help us in the meantime deal with Mr. Foxglove when we come across him. I think maybe the rules of this game start with us, I don't know, counting?
We're the ones hiding, right?
Are we hiding or are we finding Cassandra?
Yeah. I think maybe we're hiding.
Okay, well, they should be counting then. Which means we should probably go and hide somewhere.
Everyone's your buddy. You stay with your buddy.
Don't.
Kalodi, your.
I'll be your buddy. Don't worry. You and I, we got this together. Don't worry.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna hide. Let's all stay at least in the same room. So if anything happens, maybe we'll hear each other.
Okay.
Right.
This thing in the middle of the room, this kind of roaring monster thing. Is it on like a pedestal or something?
Yes, it's up on a pedestal, and the lion was tarped. It was clearly the only thing tarped in this area.
Okay. Is the pedestal? What's the pedestal made of?
Wood.
Okay. I tap on it. Is it hollow?
It seems to be hollow. Yeah, like it would. It's hollow. But you know,
Okay.
it's made for.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take out some of my carpentry tools, and I'm gonna try and carve out a small, like, kind of very carefully, kind of carve out a passage, so that we can hide Rain inside the pedestal. Because Rain, you're very big.
You know this?
Look.
I have to walk backwards, crawl backwards into
Oh
it.
yeah, make a plaque around the neck.
Yeah. It's actually the best idea. Doesn't make me want more of the dead.
Yeah, but then you have to be next to all the dead animals.
Oh,
That's true.
Rain,
Yes.
maybe you can just use your cloak and shoes.
Yes, that's a good idea. Very good. Okay, yes, she's gonna put the hood up on her cloak.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna hide in here then. Look,
Already, something's gonna stay there.
there's probably enough room for me and
Jackson's just gonna kind of look around and just be like, "All right, you count, and we'll hide."
Kalodi's gonna pretend to be a suit of armor, like just against one of the walls. Like he's just gonna stop animating, as it were, and just sort of.
Sure.
And Malvolo will go, Nexon, there's plenty of room.
All right, yeah. Nexon will crawl in there with him.
Okay. And I'll slide the bit that I sliced out, like, just.
So as you all start to hide around, trying to avoid the child, you don't hear anything for a few moments except the wind and the rain. A few seconds later, a coldness kind of passes you, Rain, Nexon, and Marvolo. You could feel like a draft in the room, as if something is walking past you. It kind of heads down the hallway and out of sight. You then hear a door open in the back of the manor and then close. Next in Marvolo, you now start to feel warm. An odd warmth starts to flow over you. And you also start to hear a low purring sound.
Do you hear that?
Yeah.
Marvolo's gonna kind of pull back on his hood.
Mm-hmm.
And for those who want to know, Marvolo has short black hair that's kind of a bit bedraggled. Kind of looks like he's got like kind of very wavy, fluffy hair. As he sort of starts, sort of wafting air, trying to combat the heat.
Yeah, it's getting much warmer underneath you. Like as if someone has lit a fire underneath your feet. It's just oppressive air. And the purring now starts to sound in your ears as if like a lion, like the sound of that, like that heavy, deep breathing of a predator hunting its prey. All of a sudden, the wood above you, you look up and you can see it breathing slightly.
I think maybe that trophy wasn't dead.
No. No, it can't have been. It had. I mean. Well, what if it attacks Nixon? I mean, Rain.
Fiddlesticks.
We have to do something.
Should I can go check.
It might be waiting for us. Can you send a message to Rain?
Yeah, I'll pull out the string and can and cast message and just be like, I think the thing under the sheet is alive.
Do I notice anything about the sheet moving, that tarp?
No. From your position with your hood up, your elven cloak gives you that natural like ability to blend into your surrounding. You're looking around and you don't see anything like that. But from the corner of your eye, it couldn't be. It's kind of weird. It kind of looks like as if a few of those fowl statues, the little taxidermy ducks and other small birds all seem to have turned and are now facing your general position, staring at you with those dead taxidermy eyes.
You just hear Rain hyperventilating on the other side of that message. The cat isn't moving, but everything else has. The ducks are staring at me. The ducks are watching me.
That's crazy.
I'm like a bad woman.
That is now the official title of this episode. The ducks are staring at me.
They're staring at me. She doesn't seem to think the thing's alive, but the ducks are staring at her.
Okay. All right. Well, how long are we supposed to hide here?
I don't know.
Is it still getting hotter?
I mean,
Yeah, everyone is now like you're sweating. Like you would be like like it's that like humid heat. Now you're sweating from just being down here. It's weird.
Okay, yeah, we cannot stay down here. I'm going to try and maybe get Kalodi to, I don't know, maybe destroy the thing? Maybe that'll help.
I mean, I can make myself invisible and go take a look at it.
Yeah. Oh, if you can do that, yes, by all means.
All right. So I will pull the string down around me and just disappear, and then kind of very carefully move the wood, crawl out, and then like peek under the sheet. Not like not where I remembered the head being, but try and get like the butt. So
like to the back of
doesn't
it.
See me? Yeah.
Look at that lion's butt.
Here, so
I need a humor.
So I mean, at this point, Rain, you're kind of staring at the ducks, and now you start to see the tarp slowly move and lift up because you wouldn't know Nexon's invisible. And it's about the size of a child, right? Like it would be the size of a kid.
I'm like holding my breath right
now. And same thing for Kalodi. Kalodi would see this even though he stopped moving. Nexon, and this is the nice thing now. Instead of getting a cute kitty cat butt, you get a giant well, it would be a cat butt, but the back end of it where the tail would be is a giant scorpion stinger. This is definitely not a cat.
How did we miss that?
Is it moving at all?
The stinger is not moving currently.
I do not like how the GM said that. I don't like that one bit.
Little disclaimer there.
I moved the wood back over my little bunker, my little hole here. Mount Volo in a bunker. Got enough food and supplies to last till we get saved.
Nexon is just going to kind of tug a little on the sheet, like enough that if something's underneath it, it would feel it moving and see if it reacts.
Tugging on the sheet, and now having it open, you get that burning fur smell, and it's slowly filling the room. Just having that open, tugging at it, this is gonna get extremely weird. A little voice in your ear says, "I'll help you with that." And as you were tugging to like feel as if it was moving, there is now a hard tug from like next to you, and you look down and you could see like hands holding this. They're not visible, but you know what sheets look like wrapped over fist, and it just pulls. And Rain and Kalodi, you just now see this beautiful, well, it would have been beautiful creature, and it's not a lion, has a scorpion tail with barbs running down its spine, and it has beautiful wings that were folded and lovingly kind of pushed back. And now it's in the open for all to see. As the tarp kind of falls down, it falls at your feet, Nexon, but it also falls onto something that's standing next to you. You can now see the outline of a little person standing there.
You found me.
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh, but that's like the only reaction you could have at that point. So, and the little voice turns and says to you, "Now you find me and your friend." And then you could hear the pitter patter of little feet, and then that door right across from the manticore slams shut. You're still invisible, so no one else knows that this is happening.
Okay. Is the manticore moving?
It is not.
Okay. I'm just going to out loud say, it's time for us to find them.
Are you saying this while still invisible?
Yes.
You just hear a voice from nowhere. Is that really her? Is this another trap?
At this point, Malvola will kind of crawl out from underneath the pavilion, and he'll be like, I still do not feel at all safe about this. So we have to go find them now?
Yeah. I'm invisible, by the way. But yes, it could still see me, and said that
Oh, good.
it was our turn to find them and Cassandra.
Oh, fantastic.
And then they ran through that door. So,
Well, I suppose it's that way we need to go. Kalodi, come, we should make haste. Kalodi's not moving. Malvola walks up. Kalodi, I said we're going. Shh, she ain't found me yet. Come on, give me a break. I'm winning here. Malvola will just sort of smack Kalodi in the head. Ow! Okay, fine, I get it. Jeez, okay, we want our friend to live.
Nexon's gonna go over to the door and, like, kind of open it just enough that she can peer into the next room.
Mm-hmm. So opening this door, looking down the hallway, you quickly peer down it. You realize it's kind of an in-between hallway. It runs down the rest of the corridor, and then there's a door beyond it. Again, the floor is all rotted, and everything is super creaky as you move around.
Oh, I have an idea. We should grab that sheet because I could see it, like, manipulating the sheet, so maybe we can, like, throw it and see if it lands, and suddenly there's a figure.
All right, let me
That's a good idea.
yeah, let me maybe see if I can. I'm gonna grab the tarp, and I'm gonna roll it up, and then I'm gonna open up Kalodi's sort of chest compartment, and then sort of shove it in there, and just sort of say, okay, that'll be for later.
All right, everyone buddy up again. I know we're the ones searching, but I don't know. Maybe this child has different rules. We just want to make sure we don't lose anyone else. She's gonna pull her hood down. And apparently being invisible doesn't matter.
No, of course not. Of course not. Okay. Well, Nexon, do you want to lead the way as you saw what?
Yeah, I guess. So yeah, I'll go into the hallway.
Pulling yourself into the hallway, stealing your nerves. You walk into the hallway and you don't see anything. There's a number of doors down this hallway to the left of you. There's a door, like literally as you open it, there would be a door across the hallway. All the way at the further end, there's another closed door. And then there seems to be a door on your left-hand side, a smaller door. You don't see anything.
It's probably in one of these rooms.
Okay.
Start with the one closest and open that door.
Opening this door again, as you open it, you're trying to be super careful, and then it kind of buckles under its own weight, and it now jams itself open as it seems to have rotted off the hinge. This chamber must have once been breathtaking, but it's a sad sight now. The floorboards are warped with moisture, the paneling scratched and spotted with mold. In the back end of this, a grand piano beautifully sits there, its surface splotchy and keys all warped and some of them missing. Leans tired on its 3 good legs, so it's still standing. There are wall sconces kind of for candles that would have been placed in there, to have been lit. Um, the walls themselves have rusted away as they seem to have been lined with maybe a copper. Uh, Nexon, you're actually one of the better people to have looked into this room. This would have been like a dance parlor or dancing hall. They were very common for the nobility to have this. It's for when they would host parties and people would come to dance. The copper walls are made specifically to make it, give it like a grand appearance, but they're all rotted at this point.
Besides the piano, is there anything else like in the room or any places to hide?
No, but there is a set of double doors all the way across the room that would probably lead outdoors.
Just gonna be like, I don't think they're in this room, but looks like there's another way out over there, so that's good.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you sure the child is not in the piano?
I suppose I can go look.
Just press a few keys.
Hmm?
If you press some keys, we would hear a sound difference.
Oh, that's very clever. I'll stand here and kind of keep the door open, like just kind of like be like, no slamming shut and locking our friend separate from everyone. Actually, I'm gonna have Kalodi do it because Malvolo is not strong.
Yeah, Nexon will kind of walk up and like doing that, trying to keep your body as far away from something, reach out and just like clink, clink, clink.
As you hit the keys, they do that sound where the knocker would have hit like maybe a string or something, and you could just hear it hitting wood as maybe the strings have been destroyed after just from lack of use and all that.
Oh, all right. I'll move around to the side and kind of like trying carefully, like so I don't cause the whole piano to fall over, like lift the top to peer in.
Looking in, nothing. It's actually almost hollow. There are a lot of rat holes torn out, but nothing of any importance.
Yeah, nothing in here.
Okay, let's keep moving then. The sooner we find the kid, then we also find Cassandra, and then we've done what we need to do.
I'll head back into the hallway.
Nexon, as you're heading from the piano, heading towards the door, you now hear a faint sound of piano keys hitting wood. Firstly, tick, tick, tick. And then suddenly you now start to hear music coming from the piano. It's only coming from in this room. As you start to reach out for the door, Kalodi looks at you, and you've seen Kalodi's face a number of times, and his jaw just drops as now Kalodi can see ethereal figures starting to form and start to dance in the parlor. And that's where we'll go to break. I want to say thank you very much to all my players playing, and that's where we're kind of picking up right now. The music starts to play. Kalodi sees all the ghosties kind of dancing around the room, and I need Nexon to make a will save.
Oh dear.
Oh,
Okay.
Natural 20. Perfect. So Nexon, as you now feel the tug and you look next to you, you can see a hand pulling on your hand as if to pull you up into the dance macabre. But you overpower it, pulling your hand away, trying to avoid it at the last second. That is a critical success. So you are completely unaffected and you're able to kind of jump into the hallway, into the arms of Rain as she's like, there's not much room there. So you like leap out, avoiding it.
Oh, hell no.
No.
Why are they dancing?
It is a ballroom.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was a party here. Interrupting something? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to snap. It's just horrifying. Just all of a sudden, when this room was empty just a few seconds ago.
Maybe we should just leave this room.
Okay. Yeah. Well, let's let them have their party. I have 2 left feet anyway.
As Nexon leaves the room, Claudia's gonna shut the door very slowly and be like, sorry to interrupt. That's whew. You could see right through them dresses. It was horrible.
Terrifying. As Claudia closes the door, the music starts to fade, and it's as if nothing had happened. You are now in the hallway. The door is shut. The music has faded.
Okay.
Next door?
Yeah. Yes. Not here. Not dancing. It's never much. Yes. No dancing. Next door.
Right.
Okay.
I think maybe perhaps I will open this one. I'm going to search for traps on the door. Do spooky ghosts count as traps?
Yes, I would say spooky ghosts do.
Oh hell yeah!
As traps.
I was just joking.
So
search for spooky ghost.
Wonderful. As you kind of search the door for traps, you don't notice anything specific. Rain, as you walk down the hallway with Nexon and Kalodi kind of taking up the back, you get a whiff of that perfume that Krut had given Cassandra so many days ago. It was a slight whiff and it's now gone.
Going the right way. No. We're going the right way. Keep going. I got that smell, that scent, that Cassandra would wear.
So not this door. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. I will try and open this door.
As you look and start to push this door open, it opens with a creak, and as it pushes past the floor, you can now see it's sweeping dust away. This room seems to have been avoided even before the house itself.
Oh no.
And this dusty room features a long couch caked with white sheets. Eddies of dust skitter along the warped floorboards as if caught up by a breeze, yet no wind is noticeable in the air.
Well, on the bright side, at least whoever lived here seemed to have a magnificent view. I'm going to move over to the window and sort of take a look outside.
I'll move to kind of stand in the doorway.
As you, Marvolo, you move into the room, heading towards the window. Who else? Let me see. Okay, Marvel, you look out the window and you notice nothing besides the cliff. You notice that the cliff face has started to erode back, and it seems to be kind of coming for the house, as if it's gonna the earth itself is trying to throw the house into the sea. Rain, as you come into the room with Kalodi, you see dust everywhere. There seems to be it's just on everything, and the little dust bunnies are flying around the room as if caught up in a breeze.
Need some tidying in here. Goodness. Can I tell? You said there doesn't seem to be an actual breeze, but like, is it coming up through like maybe the floorboards or at least, or?
Can you give me a perception check?
I can. I
Thank
don't
you.
know if it'll be good.
We'll take it.
We'll take it. An 18.
That's good.
Good. Okay.
Looking at all the dust that's kind of swirling around, you kind of, you know how you let your eyes just unfocus to take everything in?
Mhm.
And you now realize the dust that's swirling around the room is not so much swirling throughout the whole room as it now looks like a figure is standing made out of dust.
Oh. Do you point that out?
As
You can see me fixated on a particular spot with my eyes and my jaw just drops.
I throw open Kalodi's chest door, I grab the top like Nexon says, and I go, yeet! And I throw it onto the, onto whatever's
figure?
there.
As the tarp opens and unfurls, it lands on a figure,
No.
and it now creates a statue-esque. But this isn't a child. It is much larger
Wait, what?
than a child.
We found a big man!
Oh, I'm sorry, we found the wrong one! Apologies, bye! Oh, God!
As the cloak comes around, it's now that, like, Charlie Brown Halloween ghost with the cloth over it, and then it drops to the floor. And dust fills the room.
This is not where we need to be. This is not where we need to be. We did not mean to find a man or whatever that thing was. I want to find a child.
We found you?
Nexon, as you're standing in the doorway, you feel a small tug on the back of your shirt, and a voice whispers, "No, she doesn't like to be bothered." Marvolo, please make a will save.
Sorry, I just shrieked, and I'm really glad that my mic was muted, because I just basically reflexively said, what the hell did I do? I guess I'll make a will save, because, yeah, that's a thing. 25! Yay!
Ooh. Wonderful. A voice whispers into your ear, and it's a female voice, a woman's voice, and says, "You should leave. He knows you're here. He can feel you."
Sorry, heebie-jeebies. Oh, damn heebies and jibbies. I don't like it. Malvola didn't want to be here in the first place.
We're in the wrong room. We should.
Yep. No, Nexon is right.
leave.
We are definitely in the wrong room. I as politely as I can excuse myself from the vicinity, and with almost reckless abandon, I will vacate to the next room.
So, throwing open the door behind you, you kind of rush out, being the only one to have heard that voice. As you rush into that room, the door slams shut behind you, Marvolo, separating you from the group.
Oh no.
And you can hear a hard clunk sound, as it sounds like something has locked
It's the one rule of horror. You don't split up. Why?
I'm sorry! I regret everything immediately!
No, we had a buddy
I
program.
was so afraid! But don't worry, the door's only made of wood. I'm a carpenter. Maybe. I don't know.
It's a magic door. I'm gonna guarantee it. You can try. Oh my god.
So as the door slams, I panic first of all and check out my surroundings.
Yes. So what you see, Marvolo, is a mahogany table surrounded by chairs sit in this room. Twin fireplaces, and that's magnificent, loom to the west, while to the east stained glass windows obscure what could have been a breathtaking view of the coast. Each window depicts a monster rising out of smoke, pouring from a seven-sided box. From the north to the south are depicted a gnarled tree with an enraged face, an immense hooked-beaked bird with sky blue and gold plumage, a winged centaur-like creature with a lion's lower body and a snarling woman's upper torso, and a deep blue squid-like creature with evil dark red eyes. And that's what's created on this stained glass. As you stare into the eyes of this squid-like creature, thunder cracks and lights up the room. And for a split second, you can see 5 people sitting in the chairs of varied age, and then they fade to nothingness.
So Malvolo turns around. As he does so, you just hear on the other side of the door. Just
Nexon's gonna run over and try and open the door that Malvolo ran through.
Nexon, as you reach out for the door, a cold hand reaches on your back. Please make a reflex save.
So we don't want to be on either side of this door. This is a death door, right?
Oh, wonderful. You guys are killing the rolls, which is making this way safer than it really is. As the cold hand reaches onto your neck as if it's going to yank you back from the door, you hold tight, and you could feel and Rain, you actually see Nexon kind of lift off her feet as if something was pulling her away from the door, and then she holds tight, squeezes her muscles, and flexes, and then she drops to the floor. It was a split second, but the door is locked, Nexon. It's very, very tight.
Oh, this is not good.
Right. Dear ghost, we're leaving. Goodbye. She's gonna pick up Nexon. We're leaving. We're leaving this room. We'll find him some other way. Kalodi, come on.
Yeah, but what about...
We'll find him on the other side. It's fine.
Okay. Alright, see you later, Mr. Ghost. I'm glad that you people of the spirits don't seem to have no problem with us folk made of wood. We're just furniture, remember? Don't need to know, no one ever bought us no furniture, okay? Yeah, we're good. My mama was a chair.
Ghosts throw things. What do you think they throw?
Yeah, oh yeah, god dang it. Alright, yeah, fair enough.
As the party starts to head down the hallway, you can hear a little voice echoing, saying, I got another friend. I got another friend.
If I disappeared?
Do you,
No, you're still.
Oh good, thank god.
They
I'm like,
hear
oh my god, am I gone?
should we rush to get to Malvolo or check this last door?
Go ahead and open it real quick. Just...
I'll open the door. Shove my head
I'd
in.
like to think that there's this moment of, do you think we should check this door? Yeah, I think Malvolo's fine. Meanwhile, he's just in a corner sobbing, arms wrapped around his knees.
He's crying. It's fine.
Yeah. Just sobbing next to the fireplace.
Oh, man.
So as you start to push the door open, we transition over to Marvolo, who is sobbing by a fireplace. In this room, well, it's not closed off from the rest of the house. You can actually look down and see that horrible creature that was getting very warm. Additionally, there is another door to your right that you can leave through.
So, Jared thinks he can provoke me into exploring the house on my own. Well, this place is super scary, so I'm definitely not sticking around. But I do know that way is where my friends are. But I also see that the map has this giant, very dirty stain on the floor. I wish to examine it before I head that way.
Awesome. Yeah, there is a massive dirty stain, and you know how Marvolo feels about dirty.
Yeah.
Dirtiness.
Malvolo's germophobia definitely does not want him in this house, let alone anywhere near there.
So as you look down on the floor here, it's very strange. There seems to be kind of a massive stain, and it just covers the whole floor. It's sickly green, and black mold grows out of it. Looking down into it, you get a weird vertigo sense as if you're falling. Please make a will save.
All right. Also, I have no idea why Collodi's will save is stronger than Malvolo's. That annoys me. Oh no!
Over here now.
Well, that's a 14, Jared. That's not. I didn't do very good.
Yeah.
I tried, but I just didn't make it. Please don't kill me.
As you look down, the vertigo kind of takes hold, and you start to sway back and forth. The stain starts to coalesce and starts to look as if a spiral staircase is growing.
Ooh.
The weird mold and fungus starts to spin, and you now look what can only be described as a descending staircase going down, each step littered with skulls and bones. As you kind of rock on your heels, you fall forward, and you feel as if you're falling deeper and deeper. And with a flash, you seem to be out of it now. You come to, but you're now lying on the floor in this weird moldy patch.
Malvolo's lying there. He looks up at the ceiling. He looks to the left and he looks to the right. He then lifts up his hand and sees that his beautiful, pristine white gloves and white sleeves and white jacket are just covered in what I can only describe as baby puke green.
Yeah.
Sporish fungus just covers his hands. His hand begins to shake. And once again, from across the house, you hear a woman scream, just echo, reverberating across the walls.
As that scream reverberates, we transition quickly back to the group, checking out that room. What you did find next, and as you peeked in, this is a simple washroom. An ancient metal wash tub stands to the north, a ring of mildew crusted in its inner surface, and a strange scratching seems to be coming from in the tub. It sounds like as if, when like you see those videos of a a cat falls in the tub, and you could hear them trying to scamper their way out. That's what you hear. That scampering sound inside this tub.
Lean over and look in the tub.
Please make a reflex save.
Oh no.
Oh, see? Not bad at all. As you lean over into the tub, the scampering sound was a creature. It seemed to be the size of maybe a large rat, and it jumped out, and you got a quick glance at it. It jumps out the tub at you, and it skitters on the floor, and then it dives into underneath the floorboard. And Rain and Marvel and Kolodi hear the scratching as the creature kind of skitters away. But the strange thing was, it was hairless, and it seems to have had boils or sores all over its body.
Nope. No. Cassandra in here. Okay, we can go.
Okay, good. Shut the door. Come on out. Shut the door. And we're going to keep moving down the hallway. Down the hallway.
Hey, come out and shut the door.
Yes. Running down the hallway, the group, you can... Strange. It sounds like there's extra footsteps with you as you make your way down the hallway.
Everybody stop for a second. I'm going to listen for those footsteps more carefully.
As you stop, you can hear the footsteps, and then Rain, it feels as you stop at that door as if it's like spider webs. Like you walk through spider webs. It's just something on the back of your neck.
We've already been through this hallway. I wouldn't have hit spider webs. I'm going to be feeling like around my ears, behind them, and up along the antlers. Please tell me I don't feel anything. As you run your hands through over your antlers and over your ear, as it comes up to like the tip of like the smaller part of your antler, it feels like you might have just grabbed someone's hand, and then that hand kind of skitters away from you. I touched someone's hand?
Yeah, it felt like someone might have been playing with your hair.
I'm just gonna shrink down a little bit. Okay. She's gonna give it all like a big shake. We're getting out of here. We're leaving this room. We're leaving this hallway. Something's touched me. Come on. Okay. Nope. Buckle up. Come on. Get your act together, Rain. We can do this. Small children. It's a small child, and it's having fun. And children like to play with hair and antlers, I think.
And your hair is so beautiful that yeah.
Okay, yeah, right. It's normal. This is fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stepping through the door back into the taxidermy room. Marvola, what are you doing at this point? You've now woken up off the floor, and you're standing, looking covered in that puke green stuff after screaming. A door opens, and you see your comrades kind of tumbling through.
Marvolo sort of staggers forward. He's still covered in all this gunk. He's, basically under his mask, you can kind of see there's like a wetness, like he's been crying as he looks at everyone, and he looks at Nexon, and he's just, there's some fungus on the floor there. You have to watch your step.
Are you all right? Did what happened?
Well, there was a chamber, and there were tables, and then the lightning came through the windows, which have monsters on them. And then there were people sitting, and they were at the table, and they were spooky, and then I was alone, and then I came this way, and then I fell in a puddle of filth. I have not had a good last 5 minutes.
Nexon's just gonna be tying and untying a knot and slowly casting prestidigitation to clean off all of the fungus from Malvolo as he's telling us.
Thank you, Nixon. But
Yeah, well,
there was another door that way, as well as over here. I say, pointing at the one that's directly to the left.
mm-hmm.
But there are clearly other ghosts here as well. I still stand by my theory that perhaps the ghosts here are merely victims that are trying to express themselves. I don't know what people sitting around a table is supposed to tell me, but it has definitely freaked me out. Yep. The freak, it is no longer in. It has left. It is gone. It is now running its own wandering trade business. It is as far out as it can be. The freak is out. I am freaking out. Yeah.
Right. No, it's okay. You can have your freak out session. This is appropriate and is a natural response to what we've been experiencing, but we have to focus on Cassandra now.
Okay.
Focus on her. Focus on anything that we can. Okay, she is not a ghost, so there are certain limitations about where she can go, right? So
yes.
I assume. I don't really know so little about ghosts, and I think Cassandra is probably the only one who would have been able to determine this.
Yes.
So
she would have been perfect here.
Yeah, it would have been amazing. So we have to find her first because we miss her, not because she would be useful. Both reasons are actually valid. We value her in many ways. So, okay, we have to find the child. We know it's not on that side of the house with the piano and the angry man who has a lot of dust in his room. So let's check the rest of this floor.
Okay.
Well, shall we start with this room since it was near the staircase you were...
Yeah, no, that's true. And look, perhaps maybe this time I should go look at that. I mean, there's very little that I'm afraid of. Ghosts, they don't give me the heebie-jeebies. Rats, they can kind of be nasty, but, termites and woodpeckers I'm much more worried about. Shut a fire, there ain't nothing that's going to rattle old Kalodi. And I'm going to, walk around to the door.
You were just giving them ideas. If you share what you actually are afraid of.
But I don't believe in ghosts.
Yep. But they believe in you, Clody.
Yeah, that's true. That's okay. People should believe in Clody. Mayor for 2 more years. Believe in Clody.
Popping this door open, Clody, this door actually is odd, as when you open it, it doesn't creak. It actually opens fairly well. This room, the cozy looking drawer room, is marred by a dampness, and the thick sheets of mold that cling to the curtains on the south wall. And you realize that the dampness that is coming in here, the curtains are flowing every so often, as if something is blowing or is open behind them. Oh.
Cast silence on Kalodi.
I casted silence on Kalodi.
Haha, good, because Kalodi enters rattling his bones as he says, see what I tell you, it's not so bad, ain't it? Nothing here, nice cool breeze, a little bit of mold on the windows, but aside from that, hey, Cass, you in here? Cass! He's gonna look behind, the chair and stuff like that.
It's just as you look around, you notice that the room is oddly empty. The curtains are drawn, but they are flapping in the breeze, so there's a window slightly open behind the curtains, but that is letting in a lot of that outside storm water.
Yeah, gross. All right. Well, there's another door over here. How about I crack that one open? And Kalodi will.
Let's keep our group together. Don't keep going through doors without us.
Yeah. No, I'll wait.
One person in every doorway.
Okay. Are you all in? Okay.
Yes, you can move forward
Oh,
now. Just be careful. Don't barge in.
okay, I won't barge in. He very slowly creaks the door forward. Hello,
As
housekeeping.
as you push the door open and push your way into this room, you smell copper, and it wafts over everything. Like just opening the door, it's that coppery smell of blood.
No, that's super strange. I'm kind of getting this kind of coppery taste. It's like blood in my mouth, which is super strange because one, I don't have blood, and two, I don't have a tongue or a nose. But it's very clear that this room is bad news.
Um, as you kind of step deeper into the room, and now that Nexon's behind you, that Nexon, sorry, Rain, you also get that same smell. It wafts out. This is a library. Features two chairs, one of which lies on its side before a stone fireplace. A scarf, it's red and gold, contrasting with the drab palette of the room, is draped over the side of the fallen chair. A book sits face down on the floor between the chairs. A stone bookend carved to look like a praying angel with butterfly wings lies on its side in the fireplace itself.
Oh no. Raina's gonna walk in the door and checking first. Mavola, will you keep the door open?
I will, yes. Malvola will stay in the doorway.
To the room.
Cautiously move forward to the fallen chair and pick it back up.
Colodi will go to the fireplace and sort of go for that statue that he saw inside the. So I kind of poke around and grab at it.
And
Sure.
Nexon's gonna pick up the scarf and take a look at that.
Okay. Picking up the chair, Rain, the scarf sitting on the floor. Nexon, when you pick the scarf up, please make a will save.
Okay. Oh, that's not the best.
As you pick the scarf up, a figure suddenly appears in front of you. A horrific visage of a man, his face kind of deformed and hideous, and suddenly you are overwhelmed by fear. It just rattles you to the bone, and as you're holding the scarf, you can feel something tightening, as if a boa constrictor is wrapping around your arm and then suddenly around your neck, and you are now being choked out by the scarf. The scarf has come alive and is trying to kill you. The man's face kind of twists into a hideous grin as the scarf starts to choke you, and now everyone can hear a audible from Nexon as it is pulling the life out of her.
Do we see the scarf moving around her?
Yes, at this point it's become obvious. Her one arm is like held taut as the scarf has it's in itself has like dragged itself around her neck.
I'm going to reach out and I'm going to grab it, and I'm also going to take my dagger. Feels very extreme, but this is a ghostly haunting thing. I'm going to take my dagger and try to cut that scarf out.
Fair enough. I don't know. So make a scarf attack.
Yeah.
No, 100% sure how to handle scarf attacks.
I'm gonna use one hand at least to kind of help pull part of it away, so that way I don't accidentally stab Nexon.
There you go.
Smart. Can we just roll it in the chat then?
Yep, please and thank you. Yes, so scarf damage. Please make a that will hit the scarf, as it's not, you're kind of trying to saw it off, correct?
Yes.
So just roll damage. So that should be 2d4. So add another d4 on top of that.
Got it.
Sorry.
No, we're good. 6 plus another 4. 10 damage.
10 points of damage. As you reach in and you start to like yank and saw the scarf, it's still choking and tighter onto Nexon. Marvolo, what would you like to do?
Okay. I am going to perform surgery.
Okay.
I'm going to move over to Nexon, and the scarf's kind of wrapped around the throat, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna take out a kind of like a hollow, like kind of wood piping.
Okay.
And I'm going to try and make a. I'm going to try and perform a tracheotomy. Creating an incision below the trachea and then inserting the straw so that I can create a bypass, and hopefully she won't die and be strangled. Because again, it is a ghost, and I have no ghost powers. I am a medic, and I'm a crafter, and Kalodi could take her head off. Whereas I can fix this in multiple ways. Alright, so I'm gonna try that as a medicine check, if that's okay.
Sure.
Oh, I'm re-rolling that. Give me my hero point! Because I am not rolling a 2 while stabbing my friend in the neck.
Just...
That is absolutely not happening. No. Okay.
Oh no!
Hello, it's nice knowing you.
This is what I get.
Well, I guess a 1 then. Sure. I wasn't wrong. I was not rolling a 2 to do that. I was clearly destined to roll a 1 on this very delicate surgery, which I have a plus 11 to. That seemed like it would have been fine, and Nexon wouldn't have suffocated or had her neck broken, but instead I have stabbed her in the neck.
You're not handling this pressure well.
I am absolutely
all.
not. This is not Malvolo's comfort zone. His safe space has been burst, like, very heavily.
Yeah.
It's always good when your surgeon has really shaky hands.
Yeah, right? Hold still. This will be fine. Actually, you know what? I'm going to ask this. Is it okay? Could I potentially have Kalodi tackle Malvolo, seeing that he probably shouldn't be doing this?
Yes, as I don't I don't.
You don't
want
want me to
have
neck
to
my
explain
friend?
why you're stabbing your friend in the neck.
All right.
But as Kalodi tackles Marvolo to the ground, Kalodi jumping from the fireplace, tackling Marvolo to the ground. Marvolo does slash Nexon with his scalpel. Please roll a D8, as you will be dealing a D8 worth of damage.
All right.
To Nexon.
Okay. Now clearly I'm on all the low rolls right now. Okay.
Yeah. So here comes the
4.
Yeah, that's not
okay.
bad.
That's not
4.
bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I am of no help.
So, yeah. So, and then Kalodi's action was to kind of like launch himself over, tackle Marvolo as Marvolo's hands was shaking. And Nexon, we come back to you. Nexon, would you like to make a fortitude save or some kind of way to escape? How would you like to try and escape from this? It's, you know, it's around your neck. It's so tight. And as it squeezed tighter, that figure you see just keeps smiling, and now its face is slowly warping into a man's face. It's turning from that hideous visage to an actual like humanoid face.
Yeah. I'm gonna say, Nexon's gonna grab like the scissors from her sewing kit and just try and like slide one end, like try and like just snipping it up along her neck to try and like cut the scarf off.
Sure. Let's see. I'm trying to figure this out.
Or...
You know what? Yeah, it's let's do a crafting check. So normally it would be an escape action, which could be acrobatics or athletics, but the way you're kind of describing this is more based on your knowledge of the sewing and tailoring. So yeah, why don't you roll? Oh wow, yeah, there it is. So with the help of Rain giving you a little bit of leverage, you kind of look for that spot and you slide. Rain, you could see the little shears coming up, and Nexon is just cutting, and she is turning redder and redder in the face from the lack of oxygen. And finally, with the last snip, the scarf separates into two, and Nexon, what you did see at the very last second, it looked like a very familiar face. It looked like Foxglove Alden's face just suddenly appear on this man, and then it fades to nothingness, and then it goes away, and you gasp for oxygen as the scarf falls to the floor, you know, in two separate pieces.
What?
Are you okay?
Yeah. She's just gonna turn and look at Malvel and go, What the hell?
Malvolo has no words. There is no apology that could mean more. There is no words that he can find. They all choke up in his neck. He drops his medical tool, and he just sort of just breaks down. He was already kind of like on edge in like the previous couple of rooms, and kind of Kalodi sort of looks at him. He says, "Yeah, you might want to sit this one out, boss." Malvolo he just had just the worst time ever.
Did anyone else see? I think it was Alden.
What do you mean, Alden? What did you...
There was this figure that looked weird, and for a second I thought maybe it was Alden, but I don't.
But wait, isn't Alden what we think is like behind all this? Kalodi sort of says, if he ain't, you know, then who is? Who would do all this? Alden can't be dead. No way. They ain't no way.
Maybe it's just something trying to throw us off, or I don't know. It was.
Okay, let's just take a moment. We're kind of getting ahead of ourselves, and we're jumping to conclusions when we don't have enough information. Kind of seeing everyone else trying to recover. Ray knows she has to okay, suck it up. You have to care for everyone. We can do this. She kind of snaps a little bit. All right. Everybody take a seat. We're just going to sit down and we're going to collect ourselves, and we're going to take a deep breath together. All right. So we're going to breathe in, and we're going to breathe out, and we're going to focus first on Cassandra. Just let's focus on Cassandra. We're going to see a lot of things here. We're going to just take note of it. It's good to share. but we're not going to try to figure it out yet. There are too many puzzle pieces, and that's secondary to finding Cassandra. So,
Big rats.
we're all scared, and it's okay to be scared right now. I'm terrified. And we can use that to make smart choices. We can trust when we feel uncomfortable with situations. We're out of our element here, and that's important for us to remember. We can't pick things up. We can't move things. I shouldn't have touched that chair. None of this. We don't play these games anymore. We find Cassandra. We make smart choices. We trust our instincts. And we stick together. When we want to run, we run to each other. That's it. And we are going to make it out of this alive, all of us. We're going to find that small child just because it has Cassandra now. If the foxgloves are behind this, we will find out more information along the way. But right now, I don't give a damn about them. It's Cassandra and us. Because we can't stop anything if we are dead. And I don't want to become another little fixture in this ghostly museum. So, take another deep breath, and then we're going to stand up, and we're going to walk out of this room because I don't see any small child in here.
So, Rain, Becca, for that was a pretty awesome pep talk. So why don't you get a nat 20 for that one? That was pretty awesome.
Yes, we
Because I could do that. And yeah, that was pretty awesome. So awesome. And so we've been going pretty long, and that was like a very awesome pep talk. Everyone feels, I guess, inspired and kind of centered. And as you finish that pep talk, you look around the room. There's now that little figurine that Collodi kind of dropped in the center, as Collodi had picked it up from the fireplace. And yeah, it sits there on the floor, this little like angelic figurine.
Lodi, I see you eyeing that toy.
But it's made of wood, and maybe it's something. Maybe it's a sign. Maybe it's one of those good luck charms.
Maybe just look at it before touching. Do I recognize the figure?
Just quickly looking it over, you notice a few things. One, it's just like a generic, like something you would see in just like a store. It's just a very generic angel concept. But on the very end of it, there seems to be kind of hair, and this edge of it seems to have been kind of broken, and there seems to be hair and a tarnishing area.
Oh, I think maybe somebody was struck in the head with this.
It's used as a weapon. Great.
Oh my god.
Okay. Well, I
Can we
mean,
tell what color the hair is?
Black.
Like the foxglove? Are they all known to have black hair? All of them. Okay. Okay. So this might have been something that killed a family member. Great. Great.
So what you're saying is that maybe these Maybe someone came along and killed all the foxglove?
Or at least a foxglove. I don't think this is something that could kill a lot of people. Probably just one big hit to the head, maybe. And then what? They threw it in the fireplace? It could have been a family member hurting each other. It could have been something attacking them. Let's be cautious with where we tread with this. We gotta pace ourselves. I'm jumping ahead too. Okay. Black hair. It hit something. That's what we know. Foxgloves have black hair. These are just facts. And then we're just laying out the puzzle pieces right now.
Yeah, file this away, and once we find Cassandra, we can circle back to this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I agree.
So
that book that was on the floor. What? Can somebody see what it reads on the binding? What book it is? Perhaps that's whoever was attacked was reading before they stopped reading.
Kalodi will pick up the book and take it to Malvolo, who's like still kind of sitting. He's still a little distraught, but you know, Rain's pep talk has kind of perked him up a little bit. He says, "Come on, boss. You know, you read all these sorts of things. What's in it?" And Kalodi will hand the book to Malvolo, and Malvolo will kind of look up at Kalodi. He realizes that Kalodi and him kind of are very diametrically, like, odd couple kind of personalities. But he can realize that this is kind of Kalodi's way of trying to help him and, like, make him feel better. So Malvolo kind of stands up and takes the book from his hand and takes a look at it.
Looking over the book, it's just a simple history book on Varisian history. Something you would find in a university or library. It seems a bit outdated, though.
What is the date?
The exact it's a
Like of the publication.
the publication was a
Well, relative to right now.
Relative to right now.
Exactly
it's,
what year, Pathfinder year is it? No, it's fine. Yeah.
Relative to right now, it's about 8 or 9 years old, the book.
Okay. So, like, yeah, so, you know, this event, we could probably say happened either, well, within that kind of period of time, but not, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this wasn't like the book wasn't made like last week.
Yeah. Okay. Malvolo says this book is really reasonably old, but not so old that it would not stand to reason that someone in the last decade would have been here, and the victim must have been someone who was reading these. It may possibly be Alden. Or perhaps Alden killed someone within these walls. If we interpret the haunt as what it was, someone was likely strangled and beaten by the, object you can see there while reading a book by the fireplace. I suggest we don't linger here any further unless we wish to meet the same fate and have the ghost come back around.
Right. Okay, let's get out of here then.
I'll tell them that the door to the north probably leads to where I was before.
Yeah, that's a very that's exactly what it would look like to you.
Yeah.
Let's go out there. There were 2 staircases by that fireplace and
yeah.
Or doors. I guess I can't tell that this way.
All right.
So now everyone's in this room, and again, you have the table, and along this round room, you have the multiple stained glass windows with those creatures kind of erupting, smoke pouring from that 7-sided box, and now it kind of looks like the creatures are being made out of the smoke or from the smoke.
I'm getting the sense that if we find a 7-sided box that we always keep it closed, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, another little fact. Filing that one away too.
Looking around the room, does there seem to be any places to like hide in here?
In the fireplaces, probably not. Maybe under the table.
Should I look under the table?
That sounds like a good idea. Just don't crawl under yourself.
All right, I'll kind of. Oh, crap. I'm trying to get to the table and I'm grabbing everybody else.
Just everyone go before me.
Pushing everybody out of the way.
Yeah, I'll kind of look down. I'm short. I can see easily.
Yeah, looking under the table, you don't really hear anything. Those of you who are not staring under the table, you can kind of hear like a giggle coming from the back of the room and like footsteps running towards the staircase that was near that manticore statue.
Nothing's under the table.
Okay, then let's continue on. All right. So right or left? Who wants to take a pick?
Well, let's go right.
All right. I'm gonna open this door.
As you try to open the door, it seems jammed. It's one of the first doors that don't seem to be easily able to open.
Okay, we have a difficult door. I don't know if we take that as a clue, as that's not where we're supposed to go, or if that's just where they don't want us to go.
It would be hard to get Cassandra through a door that doesn't open.
That's true. Okay, let's try the other door then.
Both of them do seem to be locked fairly tightly.
All right, so that leaves the upstairs then.
Okay. Could I maybe try to is it like jammed shut, or is it like kind of locked?
The doorknob doesn't seem to be turning with ease, so it's like more like lock.
Okay, can I try to maybe unlock these doors?
Sure, you could use a thief's tools or a crowbar, anything like that.
Let's try with thieves' tools to begin with. So I'm going to use a thievery check.
Sure.
18.
One moment. Just double check. Gotta do that hard conversion. As you're prying around in there, the smell of the burning fur kind of wafts through the room at this point. And and it's now getting very overwhelming.
Yeah, I'm gonna move away. No, it does not seem that I can get down here, at least for now. Let's go up the stairs.
Okay, right. We're not gonna get bothered. We're gonna be completely unfazed by this for right now. We're staying focused. Let's go to the upstairs. And everybody hold on to each other. And yes, we are going to be grown adults holding each other's hands. Safety first.
You got it. Mavolo takes Nixon's hand. Squeeze it kind of tightly.
All right, I'll go first again. She's going to kind of just follow where her fingers last time had crunched holes into the wall.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you have like holes that you could pull yourselves up into.
Yeah.
heading up the stairs, you find that you've creaking, moaning as you go up each step. As the party follows Rain, you start to hear something. Everyone now hears it, and it says, four blind mice, see how they run, see how they run. And then as you make your way to the top of the landing, Rain, the voice kind of stops at that point.
Are you up here? Are we getting closer? We could play hot or cold.
You now hear a very weird sound. It sounds like the child's laughter, and then it slowly turns into a man's laughter.
Okay. This is a trap. This is always a trap. All right. We're playing your game. Are we getting close?
And then, strangely, as you ask that last question, stepping out onto this floor, walking forward, you start to hear knocking on all the walls around you. Like it'd be running away from you, like knocking that's kind of moving away from you guys, leading you deeper into this house.
Okay. Steel your nerves. We can handle this. All right. Everyone's still fine. We're going to follow the knocking down if everyone's okay with that.
Yeah, seems like the best clue.
Okay. Here we go. It sounded like it went further in here. For the amount of times it was knocking.
Did it sound like it was knocking the doors as it was running?
Yes.
Okay, so it's probably gone like right in.
Or is awakening every ghost up here for us.
Oh, why? All right. Well, I think we need to. I think we just need to pick a door.
You have a favorite?
The front door?
Okay.
No, I meant.
Okay.
I was talking about the.
Oh, you meant like going out the front door.
Yes.
Rain, did it sound like it ran to a specific door?
No, it just kind of sounded like it was running into the house. Like if you were chasing a child and it was just like knocking, that's what it was doing.
Ran further in. It wasn't a short little 2 knocks and that was it. So I'm going to guess it wasn't in these first 2 doors.
All right.
Unless we really want to just peek in and make sure.
How about one of these double doors?
Okay. Yeah. Let's try with the left one first. I'm
Left door.
going to caution. Yeah, this is my left side. Yeah.
Yep. Sorry, I was like, wait, oh, okay, that door.
Did I go to the wrong door? I am a little disoriented right now, so left and right may be wrong for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to, I'm just going to be bold. I'm going to try to open both doors at the same time and just kind of.
Sure.
Do they open inward or outward to me?
They would open inward, because you couldn't open both doors at the same time if they opened outward.
Okay. I'm going to push them inward.
Sure. Pushing them in, they creak open and you kind of launch them open. A stone fireplace sits in the northwest portion of this chamber. Paintings hang on the walls to the north and south, each covered over with thick sheets of dusty cobwebs that obscure who is painted on them from your view.
Hello? Is anyone in here?
There isn't an answer.
And there's more doors. Can we all agree that we don't look underneath the paintings?
I think we can all agree with that.
We don't need any more eyes following us around this room.
Yeah.
I already had the duck staring at me earlier. I'm not dealing with pictures.
Okay. Well, you guys want to try this that next room or that next door up there?
Yes, I will hold open these doors if you want to open those first.
Yeah. Okie doke.
Ah.
Kalodi will very carefully move over to the other set of double doors.
Okay, Kalodi. So this I need Kalodi to do me a favor, and Kalodi's gonna have to make a save. So as you kind of walk into the room, Kalodi, you need to make a will save real quick.
All right. Oh no. That's a 14.
That's, you know, that's a thing.
Fantasy rounds. Why?
As you walk in, Kalodi, you have a unnerving urge to want to touch the paintings.
Kalodi reaches for the door handle, and as he's about to open it, he stops for a moment. He turns to face everyone, and he looks at one of the nearby paintings. He takes a few steps forward back towards the group, before turning and moving towards the wall. With hand outstretched,
What are you doing?
he touches.
Claude? Ah.
Kalodi? Kalodi?
I am not in control of Kalodi. I can't.
What are you doing? Pull your hand back.
As Kalodi reaches out and starts to pull the cobwebs from the walls, you can, Nexon, Rain, and Marvolo, you get a whiff of Cassandra's perfume, and it's quite overwhelming. Kalodi reaches and starts to tear the cobwebs from the walls, and we'll find out what happens next week.
Oh.
I want to say thank you very much to everyone. I want to say thank you very much to Michael for running all the behind the scenes stuff. It's a lot. It's more than you'll ever know. So thank you so much, Michael, for that. Of course, I want to say thank you to all my players dealing with my love for the macabre and the horror. I love doing this to my players, and this is just, I should probably run another horror game. I love this. I love it so much. Of course, I want to thank our sponsors, Hero Forge and Sirenscape. If you're not using them, I don't know why. Do it. Hero Forge, you can make the most amazing miniatures. Michael actually does a whole segment on doing really cool miniatures, and they're bananas. He did this like owl, and the owl was holding like a moon, and it actually looked like the moon, and it was just bananas. So go check that out. Sirenscape has tons of great music that really elevate your game. So if you're not using Sirenscape, you're fine. But if you want to just add a little bit more, it steps things up. Yeah. The horror factor just goes up by 10 with the sound. It really does. So thank you very much to all of them. And of course, I want to throw it out to my amazing players when they're not here being tormented by me, your lovely DM. You can find them. And I'm going to throw it over to Dawn, and she could tell you everything about her channel. So Dawn?
Yeah. When I'm not here, you can find me over at youtube.com/roll4initiative, where I make videos all about tabletop RPGs with my partner Ryan, as well as our other geeky interests. And you can also find us on Twitter and Instagram at R4I Vlog.
I'm Becca Godsey. You can find me at Becca Godsey on Twitter and on Instagram, but also you can watch us here at X Caustic Phoenix on Twitch, where later we'll be playing Destiny, we do God of War, and soon, I'm so excited, the Mass Effect series remastered.
Yeah, and my name's Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer. This is my place. This is my face, and you can find it here a number of times during the week. Let's see. Monday, we have Attack of the Swarm, our Starfinder adventure, which is coming now into the final book of that actual series. So the final adventure module we're starting up, I think, this week. So that should be a lot of fun. Oh, tomorrow, actually. And for, let's see, Tuesdays, you can find me on WASD 20 Live, where I will be playing my character Nikos, who is a Red Wizard Mind Flayer in Rime of the Frost Maiden. On Wednesdays, you can find me back here both in the morning and in the evening, as I will be doing Hero Forge Legendary, where I sit down with an audience and make Hero Forge minis, which we will then print out once we get to the end of the season, and then have a look at them and review them and see what cool things that it can do. And then in the evening, I'm playing Curse of Strahd. Then, oh wait, hold on. No. I do lie. This Wednesday, I'm not going to be doing that. I'm going to be doing something more exciting. I'm going to be on Robert Hartley GM's channel for Twitch, interviewing and performing on a panel with Satine Phoenix and Jameson Stone, talking about their new Kickstarter. So that'll be a lot of fun. Then Thursday, I've got nothing. Friday, I am going to be on the Dreaded GM's channel, playing a one-shot in that same world, which is an all-bard campaign. So that should be a lot of fun. Saturday, you can find me... Yeah, I know. This is ridiculous, right? If only I had like an actual schedule, that would be smart. On Saturdays, you can find me in the morning playing Strange Aeons. And then Sunday, you can find me right back here every week playing Rise of the Runelords. Now, guys, if you don't know what we've actually been doing over the last few weeks, months, etc., guys, we have been playing through Pathfinder First Edition's adventure, Rise of the Runelords, in hopes of going through an accolade to actually do the 3-part massive campaign of Rise of the Runelords, The Shattered Star, and Return of the Runelords. So Jared, who is, of course, our wonderful GM from Nothing Ventured, Nothing Games, is running Rise of the Runelords, and we are well and truly into Book 2. Which I'm just having an absolute blast with, and I just wanted to give all the credit and all the love for all the effort and just awesome game that has happened so far. And we are coming across like the close to like a third of the way through Rise of the Runelords now. So that's just freaking awesome, and Jared has just done an amazing job. So we do have one slight twist on it. And that is, we are not doing it in Pathfinder First Edition. We're doing it in Pathfinder Second Edition because it's fun and it's interesting, and we wanted to try it out. So here we are. We're doing it. So yeah, that's me. And over to you, Jared. What are you up to, mate?
Yeah, thank you, Michael. And when I'm not here tormenting my players, who I love and adore, thank you all, I'm over on my channel at NVNG here on Twitch, or you could check us out on our webpage at nvngpodcast.com. Super easy, all one word. And yeah, we do a lot of nerdy stuff, mostly Pathfinder Second Edition, but we are excited to be moving forward with other things. We just got we're playing this new tabletop RPG called Battle Sauce, and I highly suggest it. It's, if you like doing fun stuff, it's so awesome. It's built by the players, right? So all your moves are built by you guys, and it's a fun system. It's very fun. It's really awesome. And yeah, that's me. So, Michael, are we raiding anyone today? Who are we doing?
We are indeed. We are going to raid some blokes over at Careful Cantrip. They're a group of role players who I've recently come into contact with. We're actually going to join their GM's prep game. So this is basically as their game master is preparing for their next adventure. And you know what? Because we had so many amazing people here who have just been giving awesome suggestions to campaigns, to what could kind of happen in the background. I'm actually saving the chat, and I'm going to send it to Jared so we can get some more cool and spooky ideas. But if you guys want to keep that energy going, and you want to keep working on campaign stuff, we're gonna go and raid. Careful cantrip. So do send our love. Don't forget to give them the Aussie as always. Stick around to the end of the little promo that we have, because these guys at Hero Forge, they help us keep the lights on and keep this whole thing going. So very big thank you to everyone, and till next time, guys. As always, from us to you, game hard or die trying. Good night, everybody.